a lot developing in such a short amount of time, but it feels like it has been a long time coming. For 8 years, Brooks Houck, he has been the #1 suspect in the case of Crystal Rogers. 8 years now. That's how long family members have been waiting and praying to start this process of justice. We have reached out to the FBI. They declined to comment or do an interview, which is understandable as this case is really just developing in terms of finding out what happened to Crystal Rogers. But we do know who is talking. The community is talking. They have been talking about this case for 8 years now. So Joel Skipper has been speaking to members of the Bardstown community. And Joel, what are they have to say about this big news today?
Well, Fallon, they definitely have to say a lot. It is such a close-knit community, as you mentioned, so whenever word travels, it travels quickly, as was the case today after the announcement that Brooks Houck had been arrested.
Good afternoon, Salt and Serendipity. This is Stephanie.
For Stephanie Allen, her Wednesday started off reaching for her phone.
I was getting ready to come into work, and I get 40 texts at one time telling me about it.
It didn't take long for word to spread throughout Bardstown that Brooks Houck had been arrested in connection with the death of Crystal Rogers.
And when we did move to Bardstown, it was like that's all you heard, that's all people talked about. You saw the signs and you heard the stories.
Those signs are still in front yards and in the windows of businesses throughout the city and Nelson County. Signs they hope will eventually be replaced with answers.
Everybody had questions in this case. What happened? Where's the body? Who did this? How can we prevent this from happening again? And I think this, hopefully for Sherry and her family, answers some of those questions.
The social media group Team Crystal, which often provides updates on the case, posted Wednesday thanking the FBI, the Kentucky State Police, and the Nelson County Sheriff's Office for their work in the case. Many we spoke with say they had a feeling Houck would be arrested eventually, since he was the main suspect in the investigation.
It's happy to know that they are finally on a track where they can resolve it.
Nobody expects that to happen in a small town, so it's kind of a big community thing when it happens like that.
A small town that has supported Rogers' family for years and will continue to do so.
I think this is the first step, but I don't think it'll be 100% closure until they find her. Hopefully that.
And I did talk to some of those residents about when would those signs be removed from the businesses in the front yards, and they said not until this case is closed. Fallon?
A lot of community support for the family of Crystal Rogers. All right, Joel, thank you so much.